Business policies took center stage during Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee's maiden address. He laid out plans to attract knowledgeable industries as well as foreign talent and revealed ambitious housing policies to solve Hong Kong's housing crisis. Deborah Wong with the details.
Hong Kong's new leader John Lee spent nearly two-thirds of his 3-hour speech on business policies. Much of it focused on how he intends to draw talent back to the city. He proposed setting up a special office to attract companies in the advanced manufacturing, fintech and IT industries from the mainland and overseas into Hong Kong. Foreign companies can tap on a US $3.8 billion investment fund to set up shop. A separate talent unit will come up with strategies to bring these professionals in, while graduates from renowned overseas universities can also tap on an 18-month visa to work in Hong Kong. Those eligible for permanent residency can apply to get a refund for stamp duty tax of their home purchase. This, as he pointed out that Hong Kong's labour force had shrunk by about 140,000 over the last 2 years. A survey by the Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce showed that about 30% of large firms are considering leaving or have already departed, while 10% have left for good. Partly due to the city's harsh COVID-19 policies, some of the strictest in the world. It's really a blow to Hong Kong's status as a financial hub. So Mr. Lee is hoping that the new policies can go some way to mitigate the brain drain. And when asked during a press conference if he's confident of drawing talent back from rival economies, here's what he had to say.
往往每一位朋友提出都中意同他人比較如果我哋用查找不足咁嘅態度嚟做比較呢，我覺得係冇問題，亦都係經常去挑戰再進一步嘅一個方法。但係呢，我哋又係唔應該妄自菲薄嘅。我哋自身有自身嘅優勢同埋自身嘅環境，香港嘅吸引力咧眾所周知嘅。但係長遠嚟講，我覺得我哋嘅吸引力咧係我哋嘅 DNA 嚟嘅 ，DNA 係唔會變嘅。咁我哋嘅 DNA 加埋我哋嘅機遇，我哋只會更吸引嘅。而決定嚟嘅人咧，佢嘅考慮都係講發展機會嘅。咁所以我哋嘅新配套新嘅舉措咧，強化咗呢方面嘅吸引力。
Those facilities include new railway projects to the northern metropolis, Hong Kong's development plan to transform its rural north into a tech hub. The focus on knowledge industries in the northern district is meant to complement China's overall rejuvenation plans, particularly in the development of its Greater Bay Area, which also includes Macau and cities in Guangdong province. One analyst said the schemes are necessary, but it takes more than that to attract locals.
Where you live actually counts towards the score. So most of these famous popular schools are located in Hong Kong Island or Kowloon. So those families who would like to send their kids to good school, they may not want to move to that part of new territory to work and also to live. So building a hardware is easy, but how to move people there may be a difficult problem.
Housing policies was also a key plank in his speech. Mr. Lee had earlier pledged to be pragmatic and effective when it comes to increasing land and housing supply, a chronic problem that no administration has ever managed to resolve. He's proposed a new light public housing model, which will provide about 30,000 units for those waiting for a public rental flat. These will have basic facilities and lower rent. At the same time, the government will continue providing 20,000 transitional housing units. In total, this will increase public housing production by about 50% in the coming 4 years. So far, the government has identified some 12,000 units for early allocation, allowing residents in so-called cage homes to move there quickly over the next 5 years.
好事嚟嘅，因為其實第一佢哋有人手可以即係專業做呢啲啦，第二就係佢統一佢申請啦，咁亦都即係居民都會即係統一知道嗰個條隊係點樣排啊，同埋啲居民都會反映翻，如果佢係嗰個租金平，亦都只要可以住到去上樓為止咧，佢哋都會係歡迎嘅嚇，即係簡單啲佢哋都會接受，因為起碼一定會比劏房好啲啦，佢哋即係佢哋感覺上會係。
The housing crisis in Hong Kong has been blamed for driving the massive protests in 2014 and 2019, and Beijing wants the city to resolve it by 2049. When asked if his policies were too ambitious, Mr. Lee said it was challenging but necessary.
we are committed to this target, which I think may not be something that you will easily see previously, but this is something we want to make happen. We have already identified the government size for this 30,000 light public housing. We will be doing the building ourselves. So we have control of every part of the scheme.
China says it's lodged representations with Britain over clashes between Hong Kong protesters and consulate staff in Manchester.
我要强调的是，由于不法分子恶意滋扰、非法进入中国驻曼彻斯特总领馆，导致中方人员受伤，中方馆舍安全受到威胁。中国驻外使领馆的安宁和尊严不容侵犯。我们希望英方切实履行责任，采取有效措施，加强对中国驻英使领馆馆舍和人员的保护。
Britain's foreign minister says the beating of the protester at the consulate is unacceptable. The altercation occurred on Sunday during a demonstration against Chinese President Xi Jinping. British police said a group of men came out of the consulate and dragged one of the protesters inside the grounds before assaulting him. Foreign Secretary James Cleverly says that the government is considering further action.